You know, when you think about it, the idea of Nikola Jokic has always been a head-scratcher. I mean, seriously, a 7-foot-tall player who can thread needle-like passes, shoot with deadly accuracy, and dominate the game from all corners of the floor? It just doesn't seem to make sense, does it? But here's the kicker. Jokic wasn't always in the spotlight. In fact, he was drafted in the second round, a pick that many considered inconsequential. You see, second-round picks rarely get a chance to prove themselves in the NBA, let alone make a significant impact. And to make matters more interesting, Jokic's body type was deemed incompatible with the demands of professional basketball. But guess what? Against all odds, this Serbian sensation got his shot to shine. And boy, did he seize that opportunity. Jokic's determination and sheer talent propelled him to not only stick around, but to dominate the game in ways that nobody could have predicted. We're talking MVPs. We're talking shattered records left and right. Jokic's rise to the top has been nothing short of extraordinary. And let's not forget, he has been leading the Nuggets this season to the NBA Finals, a feat that seemed almost impossible given his humble beginnings. When it comes to postseason play, Jokic is an unstoppable force. Give him even an inch of space, and he'll drop a jaw-dropping 50 points on you like it's nobody's business. Send a double team his way, and he'll skillfully dismantle it. But wait too long, and it's game over. Might as well pack your bags and head home. But it's not just his offensive prowess that makes Jokic a nightmare to deal with. Physically, he's an absolute beast. Trying to contend with a player of Jokic's size, whether he's dominating in the paint or crashing the boards, is downright exhausting for his opponents. He's like a brick wall that you just can't break through. This guy doesn't just elevate his own game, he elevates the entire Denver Nuggets team, turning every player into a live threat that opposing defenses just can't ignore. He'll expose every weakness, exploit every gap in your defense, and make you regret ever stepping onto the court. It's like he has a sixth sense, anticipating your every move and leaving you gasping for air. But here's the real kicker. It's not just the poor defenders who suffer. Even the good defenders, those who pride themselves on their skills, are pushed to their limits when facing Jokic. There's no room for them to get tired, make a wrong read, or react even a fraction of a second too late. He's that relentless, that precise, and that good. Before we dive into what NBA legends and players are saying about the Joker himself, make sure you hit that subscribe button and slam the notification bell to stay tuned for more mind-blowing NBA content coming your way. Now, let's get this thing started. When you have a guy like Joker, who is as big as he is, but also as cerebral as he is, you can't really make many mistakes versus a guy like that. NBA's leading all-time scorer, LeBron said. Now, you know the Lakers didn't necessarily play a bad series, but they were up against Jokic and the Nuggets. Jokic is a beast. If you miss a shot at the rim, he is there, pulling down the rebound and launching the Nuggets into a fast break all by himself. I mean, talk about a one-man wrecking crew. And if you even dare to take a step in Jokic's direction, when he got into the post, he would make you pay by throwing a perfect pass right over the top, victimizing your best defensive intentions. It is tough for any team to counter Jokic's dominance. Teams have to come up with a game plan to contain him. But man, it's easier said than done. Jokic's ability to adapt to any situation is a real game changer for the Nuggets. His teammate Aaron Gordon said, "He makes it really simple. He sees you all over the floor. He ushers you to make the right play just by a nod of his head or a look of the eyes. He's a maestro with the basketball. He's a savant." Maybe that's the only explanation necessary for how the least traditionally athletic player on the court manages to run it, to the point of a clean sweep against one of the greatest players of all time and one of the NBA's most storied franchises. Jokic didn't just outplay the likes of LeBron James or Anthony Davis, my friends. He has been outplaying everyone this season. Jokic's dominance on the court has been a sight to behold. Back-to-back MVP awards in 2021 and 2022. That's no small feat. But this season, the conversation got even more interesting. Many thought he had a chance to win the MVP title for the third consecutive time, a feat only achieved by the legendary Larry Bird in the mid-'80s. However, when the dust settled, it was Joel Embiid who was crowned the MVP this season. Now, imagine if Jokic had won it again. He would have joined the likes of Larry Bird in that exclusive club. But you know what? That doesn't diminish Jokic's greatness one bit. He's still on track to cement his own and earn a well-deserved spot in the Hall of Fame. Now, during one of the episodes of NBA on TNT's The Big Podcast with Shaq, the Hall of Famer couldn't contain his admiration for the Joker. Shaq went all out and said,
"Joker is the greatest, non-athletic, non-fast, non-powerful big man I've seen in my life. He gets the parkiest 40 points I've ever seen. Like, he's just like a dude in the park. He's killing it. I'm watching this game like, hey man, I haven't seen this man jump yet. This man is on his tippy toes, getting 4 or 5 rebounds."
But how does he do it? How does Jokic manage to beat every scheme and conquer every matchup? Well, it's a testament to his unrivaled skill in basketball IQ. This man is a genius on the court, making moves that leave defenders scratching their heads. Jokic is a wizard when it comes to dissecting defenses. He sees the game in ways that others can only dream of. Whether it's his precise passing, his deadly shooting, or his crafty post moves, he has an answer for every defensive strategy thrown his way. George Karl, who knows a thing or two about coaching in the NBA, also recently dropped a bombshell statement about the Denver Nuggets superstar center. According to Karl, he's been closely watching Jokic for 6 seasons now, and here's what he had to say.
I think the best thing I can say about him is I still have no idea how I would cover him. The 2 other times I felt that was against Michael and Shaq.
Now, we all know these 2 players' incredible impact on the NBA throughout their careers. They have a special place in basketball history. But here's the thing. Jokic is on a mission to carve out his legacy and join the elite ranks of Hall of Famers. Now, if you've been following the Denver Nuggets closely, you know that Jokic has been a key member of the franchise. I mean, he's been leading the team in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. That's right, he's doing it all. And guess what? The last player to achieve this kind of dominance was none other than the legendary Tim Duncan back in 2003. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what happened to Duncan that year. He went on to win the Finals MVP, and that's exactly the path Jokic is on if he and the Nuggets can keep up this level of play. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. The Miami Heat are standing in the way of Jokic and the Nuggets championship dreams. Now, we've seen Jokic's greatness in action throughout this playoff run, and there hasn't been a team that could find a way to counter his dominance. Seriously. Nobody has been able to contain this guy. So unless the Miami Heat can somehow recreate their incredible shot making from the Eastern Conference Finals, they're in for a real challenge against the Denver Nuggets. And we've already seen it's a tough battle for them to keep up with Jokic's brilliance. But you know what? The Nuggets aren't taking anything for granted. They know that their job is far from finished. Making it to the NBA Finals, winning just 1 game, that's not their goal. Their goal this entire season has been to win it all. And they're laser focused on achieving that. Best Nuggets player ever? Although the Denver Nuggets haven't won an NBA championship yet, they have featured some legendary NBA players. One name that immediately comes to mind is Alex English. This guy was an absolute scoring sensation during his 11 seasons with the Nuggets. With a jaw-dropping 21,645 career points, English holds the record for the most points scored in Nuggets history. Not only that, but he also sits in second place in assists with an impressive 3,679 dimes. But wait, there's more. We can't talk about the Nuggets legends without mentioning Dan Issel. This 7-time All-Star was an absolute force on the boards and holds the title of the team's all-time leading rebounder. We've also got a triple-double machine in the mix, Pat Lever. This guy was an absolute beast and holds the franchise records for steals. He knew how to disrupt the opposing team's offense and make his presence felt on the court. And let's not forget about Dikembe Mutombo, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. This guy was a human highlight reel when it came to blocking shots. Mutombo led the NBA in blocked shots for 3 consecutive seasons while he was a Nugget. That's some serious rim protection right there. And then there is Nikola Jokic. With 5 All-NBA selections, 5 All-Star Game appearances, and back-to-back MVP awards in 2021 and 2022, Jokic has been a force. In fact, this season, Jokic led the Nuggets to the best record in the Western Conference. He's been absolutely unstoppable and continues to lead the team on their quest for that coveted NBA championship. If he hasn't earned the title of Best Nuggets Player ever yet, even after winning back-to-back MVP honors, Jokic certainly looks like it in the 2023 postseason. Jokic is shattering records left and right. Get this, he's the first player in NBA history to drop a mind-blowing 30-20-10 stat line while shooting a staggering 70% from the field. That's right, no one has ever done it before. And wait, there's more. Jokic is also the first player in NBA history to have multiple 30-20-10 games in the playoffs. That's right, not one, but multiple times he's achieved this incredible feat when the stakes are at their highest. But what really sets Jokic apart is his unprecedented playoff performance. He's the first player ever to average a 30-point triple-double on 40% shooting throughout an entire playoff run. Let that sink in. The Joker is putting up monster numbers, leading his team with shooting splits of 55% from the field, 51% from behind the arc, and 80% from the free throw line. Those are some unworldly shooting numbers, my friends. And here's the bottom line. Jokic is truly one of a kind. There's no one else like him in the history of the NBA. 8 years into his NBA career, he has undeniably solidified himself as the best player to ever wear the Denver Nuggets uniform. As we dissect the unparalleled prowess of Nikola Jokic, you'll come to understand that sometimes it's not about the speed or the flashiness. It's about the strategic genius who moves the chess pieces on the court with finesse. This leaves even the deeply crafted defensive game plans in shambles. The silent assassin. You won't find Jokic in flashy commercials or chasing the spotlight. No, he's the guy who punches in, does his work, and then heads home. But don't let the low-key demeanor fool you. Behind those unassuming guys lies a basketball savant, unlike anything the NBA has ever seen. What sets him apart isn't just his towering presence on the court, but his unparalleled skill set. A sharp-shooting big man who doubles as a phenomenal passer and post-up player. Larry Bird had some of these skills, but he wasn't a center, making Jokic's combination even more extraordinary. It's about dictating the flow of the game, and Jokic does it all. Well, 2 MVPs and a championship later, Jokic is still steamrolling through defenses. Teams throw everything they've got at him, yet he remains unfazed, carving up opponents with surgical precision. Centers in the past were confined to the paint, rarely attempting shots outside. The Joker, on the other hand, breaks the mold. The game has evolved, and so has the role of the center. He is the playmaker from the elbow to the perimeter, orchestrating the offense with finesse. Best passer. Is Nikola Jokic the best passer the NBA has ever seen? He might just be the best passer the NBA has ever witnessed. It's not just a bold claim, it's a highly doable argument. In basketball, we've often associated elite passing with shorter players. The best ball handlers are usually shorter players. They can protect the ball better, move dynamically, and find those tight spaces with ease. But here's where Jokic flips the script. Standing tall, he challenges the norm, showcasing that being taller brings its own set of passing advantages. The height and the wingspan open up a world of passing angles that shorter players can't access. Traditionally, players like Magic Johnson and Jason Kidd set the bar for passing excellence. What made them extraordinary was the combination of their skill set with towering height. They saw passing lanes others couldn't and executed plays that even the likes of Steve Nash could only dream of. Even Kevin Durant weighed in.
Call him a great passer or a great big man. He's just a great basketball player.
Jokic transcends labels, defying traditional position constraints with his versatile skill set. In a league filled with incredible passers and towering giants, Jokic stands alone as a rare breed. His ball handling prowess, combined with his otherworldly vision and height, redefine what it means to be a playmaker in the NBA. We may never witness another player quite like Jokic, a master of his craft, rewriting the history books, one assist at a time. The humble giant. Imagine winning your first NBA title and not cracking a smile. That's Nikola Jokic for you, the humblest guy in the league. Hailing from Serbia, this center has more love for horse racing than winning championships. His stoic sense of humor has won the hearts of millions. Despite immense popularity, he remains laid back, embodying a unique brand of humility. His journey in the league has transformed him into one of the finest centers. He's not the flashy dunker or the loud superstar, but his impact on the court is undeniable. In the words of Kevin Garnett,
I've never seen a player who's won the NBA championship and was dormant. He was more into his daughter. He was off.
But perhaps the most telling moment came during the NBA Finals victory parade announcement. Instead of basking in the glory, Jokic's reaction was unexpected. When asked about the parade, his response wasn't excitement, but disappointment. The parade coincided with his need to go home.
So I'm curious what you are feeling right now, and if you're looking forward to a parade coming up in Denver.
When is parade? When is parade?
Thursday.
No. I need to go home. Okay. I mean,
MVP? Let's get one thing straight. Jokic couldn't care less about winning the MVP. He's made that abundantly clear, shrugging off the hype surrounding the award. But here's the kicker. Despite his nonchalant attitude, he's once again lapping the field in the MVP race. After clinching the NBA title, concerns loomed about Jokic's drive and determination. But the Joker has picked up right where he left off, reminding everyone why he is considered the best basketball player on the planet. Sure, we're mid through the season. Numbers may fluctuate, contenders may rise and fall, but one thing remains certain. Jokic is a force. Sure, there's stiff competition out there. Joel Embiid, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka Doncic are all gunning for the MVP crown. But Jokic's track record speaks for itself. He's been the epitome of consistency, the beacon of excellence for the past 3 seasons. And if he stays healthy, it's his award to lose. The Jokic effect.
But he is that type of player. He is that type of player that he can make the bounce pass. He can go high-low. They can run pick and rolls for him. So they'll run a 1-5 pick and roll. I've seen them run a 5-5 pick and roll with him and Plumlee.
Jokic's unparalleled passing prowess has sparked a renaissance in how teams approach offense. Suddenly, the center position isn't about rim protection and rebounds. It's about orchestrating the entire offense from the paint. Players like Domantas Sabonis and Alperen Şengün are following suit. They showcase their elite passing skills and challenge traditional notions of what a center should be. For a while, it seemed like the traditional centers were becoming relics of the past, but Jokic's success has breathed new life into the position. Jokic's success with the Nuggets has given other teams a blueprint. The center position, once thought to be fading away, is experiencing a resurgence. Teams are opting for skilled bigs, even pairing them up in a nod to the evolving size dynamics. Jokic has not only changed the game for himself, but has become a catalyst for a league-wide shift. The era of undersized centers, like Draymond Green, is ending. Is being replaced by a resurgence of skilled bigs, directly reflecting Jokic's influence on the game. He may not be in the same breath as all-time greats like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, or Stephen Curry, just yet. However, he's forcing the game to evolve, a common trait among the basketball legends. His prime years are still ahead of him, but the question remains, where does Jokic stand in NBA history? Could he catch up to a giant like Tim Duncan in the all-time rankings? Matching Tim Duncan's 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs, and 15 all-defensive team selections? Yet, Jokic has his own set of milestones to chase. These include back-to-back championships and leading the league in assists. The conversation comparing Jokic to Duncan might be premature, but it's a narrative worth keeping an eye on. And while both Jokic and Dirk have left an indelible mark on the game, the question again is, has Jokic matched the peak years of Dirk Nowitzki? Dirk captured an MVP award in 2007 and cemented his legacy with the championship in 2011. His peak was a sight to behold, defined by clutch performances and unparalleled skill. Fast forward to Jokic, who boasts 2 MVPs and a championship ring. He showcases some of the most awe-inspiring statistical seasons in NBA history. It's fair to argue that Jokic's peak might surpass Dirk's in terms of sheer dominance. But here's the kicker. Longevity. Dirk played until he was 40. Jokic, on the other hand, is still pinning his legacy. The future holds a myriad of possibilities. He might retire after his next contract, or continue to defy age and expectations with a prolonged career. His success isn't contingent on extreme athleticism, opening doors to a multitude of pathways. Looking beyond Dirk, Jokic's journey is reminiscent of the giants of the industry. These include Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, and Hakeem Olajuwon. These are the titans, the pillars upon which the game stands tall. Jokic's inclusion in this pantheon isn't far-fetched. This is especially true considering the accolades and recognition he's garnered. He's even earned a nod from Shaq himself. As we project Jokic's future, it's crucial to acknowledge the non-linear nature of life and careers. While Jokic is on a remarkable trajectory, prematurely placing him among the all-time greats might be a mistake. You know, in the world of the NBA, some players are so consistently dominant that we almost become immune to their greatness. I mean, come on. LeBron James pulls off mind-blowing plays in year 21, and we nod our heads like it's just another Tuesday. Now, are we doing the same thing with Nikola Jokic? I mean, when this dude casually drops triple-doubles, we're all like, just another day in the life of the Joker. I've come to a realization. I'm more surprised when Jokic doesn't put up insane numbers than when he does. Sounds nuts, right? But that's the harsh reality we're living in. But it's not just about these jaw-dropping triple-doubles. No. It's about what Nikola Jokic is doing for the entire NBA season. And let me tell you, it's beyond extraordinary. Hold on tight, because today, we're diving into the scary truth about Nikola Jokic that nobody seems to be noticing. This is one you won't want to miss. Just recently, Jokic was sitting at the top of the league in total points, rebounds, and assists. We're not just talking about dominating in one category. He was owning the trifecta. Now, why the NBA insists on using per-game stats to determine leaders is a mystery for another day. But that's a story I'll spare you for now. Here's the kicker. We did not make a big enough deal about it. We've become so desensitized to Jokic's brilliance that we're not realizing the gravity of what he's pulling off. Let me put it in perspective for you. When was the last time, I mean the very last time, a single player, let alone a center, led the league in total points, total rebounds, and total assists? You won't find it in Westbrook's triple-double seasons. And Oscar Robertson didn't pull it off either. Tiny Archibald got the scoring and assist titles in '73. But rebounds? Nope. Even the legendary Wilt Chamberlain, the guy who seemed like he could do it all, never led in points, rebounds, and assists in a single season. We're talking about uncharted territory here, folks. And Nikola Jokic is rewriting the script in the 2023-24 season. And it's about time we give this man the spotlight he deserves. MVP. Let me lay it out for you straight. Last year's MVP talk, total mess. And let's cut the crap, all right? Until further notice, Nikola Jokic should be the MVP every year. There is no need for the Embiid chatter, the Tatum talk, the Luka noise, or the SGA whisper. It's Jokic. Always has been Jokic. And frankly, it should always be Jokic. Voter fatigue can take a back seat. The man is dominating the league. And guess what? He's a center, not your flashy guard or forward. And this isn't a fluke. This is Jokic being Jokic for the past 4 seasons. It's just who he has evolved into. Jokic is dropping his career high in points per game at 28.4%. And get this, he's not even shooting the 3-ball well, a measly 30% from deep on 4.2 attempts a night. Last year, that number was 38%. Let that sink in. If he catches fire and bumps it up to a respectable 34 to 36%, good luck defending that. He's already a force, and he's doing it without a reliable outside shot. And let's not sleep on the fact that Jokic is just 28. Yeah, we often hear the appreciate them while they're still here for aging players like LeBron, KD, and Steph. Well, the same goes for Jokic. We're witnessing one of the greatest to ever play the game, just entering his prime. And mark my words, it's only going to get crazier from here. Triple threat. Game after game, Jokic is turning heads and leading a trail of impressive figures this season. He is owning an exclusive club of players who have notched the triple-double with over 30 points and a flawless 0 turnovers. And get this, he did it not once, but twice within just 2 days. Against Houston, 32 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers. Then, facing off with Sacramento, 36 points, 13 rebounds, 14 assists, and still 0 turnovers. Now, that's the magic only the Joker can pull off. But wait, there's more. Jokic has become a lover of double-digit figures, racking up 9 triple-doubles since the season kicked off. 9. The rest of the NBA is playing catch-up, with his closest pursuer, Doncic, trailing with 4 triple-doubles this season. Let's talk about consistency. In 22 games on the court, Jokic has lit it up in 10 by dropping 30 or more points. In 18 of those, he's been grabbing double-digit rebounds, and in 9, he's dishing out 10 assists or more. It's safe to say the man is a triple threat. After a recent game against the Kings, Domantas Sabonis, the center for Sacramento, shared his thoughts on facing off against Nikola Jokic. Speaking with reporters, Sabonis expressed, "It's a lot of fun going against one of the greats. He's tough. You're there, and he just has the magical touch. He's gonna make it from a lot of tough positions. He's seen a lot of things thrown at him, and he's ready. His teammates do a great job of moving for him. All-star." Now, we all know Nikola Jokic is a lock for this year's showdown in Indianapolis on February 18th, 2024. I mean, it's his 6th consecutive appearance. And let's be real, the man is putting on a show, and we're all lucky enough to witness. But here's the kicker. Just because you're one of the best, if not the best, in the league, doesn't guarantee you'll be the guy in the All-Star game. And unfortunately for Jokic, this has been the narrative for the past 4 seasons. The NBA decided to spice things up by hosting an All-Star game draft right before tip-off. LeBron and Giannis were captains, and after selecting their reserves, it was time to choose between Jokic and the rest of the All-Star game starters. But despite being a 2-time MVP, Nikola Jokic found himself surprisingly low on the draft board. In fact, he might have been the last pick if he hadn't taken matters into his own hands and selected himself to Team LeBron. Leader. With a 14-9 record under his leadership, the Joker has been nothing short of phenomenal, missing only a game and a half. Once for some back pain, and the other half due to an ejection. The guy's been the backbone of the team, especially with Jamal Murray dealing with injuries and Aaron Gordon sitting out some games. Remember the historic feat Jokic achieved in the 2021-22 season? He became the first player in NBA history to notch 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a single season. In the following season, his efficiency went up, even if the raw numbers took a slight dip. And now, in 2023, he has got both the totals and efficiency working in his favor. On pace for what could be the greatest season in the history of the sport. If we project Jokic's current pace over 82 games, we're looking at mind-blowing numbers. 2,261 points, 996 rebounds, and 765 assists. Not even LeBron James, Michael Jordan, or any other NBA legend has ever hit those marks in a single season. This guy is unstoppable. Even former NBA player and head coach Doc Rivers struggled to put into words why the Serbian big man is virtually unstoppable. On the Dan Patrick Show, Rivers admitted, "Boy, it's hard. I made a comment 3 or 4 years ago, and at that time, you remember when his body didn't look as good as it looks now? And I was like, this big overweight bartender is destroying us. And that's how he looked. And you watch him play, Dan, it's absolutely beautiful. And almost everything he does, his passing, his shots." It seems the sentiment is unanimous among players and coaches alike. Going up against Jokic is not just a challenge, it's an experience against one of the game's true greats. Now, the transformation of Nikola Jokic from a skilled big man to one of the most unstoppable players in the NBA didn't happen by chance. Even when he resembled an overweight bartender, Jokic had skills, but he truly ascended to greatness fitness when he committed to getting into real basketball shape. For this transformative journey, Jokic gives credit to Denver Nuggets conditioning coach Felipe Eichenberger. Jokic opened up about his commitment, stating,
I don't want to eat bad just because I know it's not just me, the team too, and I don't want to disappoint him. He's my family. I'm really honest with him. He understands me. He knows when I'm lying. It's funny. We're not hiding nothing from each other. He gives 100% of himself to help me. That's why I think I will never be able to thank him enough.
It's a testament to the bond between player and coach, a partnership fueled by honesty and dedication. With discipline and determination, Jokic unlocked his full potential. 2 MVP awards and an NBA championship later, he stands as a force to be reckoned with in the league. Just last season, he narrowly missed averaging a triple-double, posting staggering numbers of 24.5 points, 11.8 rebounds, and 9.8 assists per game. The Joker's journey is not just about individual success, but a collaborative effort that reflects the impact of genuine support and hard work. All right, that's the inside scoop on the Joker's game. Jokic, my friends, could not have cared less about the championship celebrations. And I mean it. Sure, he dropped the jaw-dropping 28 points, snatched 16 rebounds, and dished out 4 assists against the Heat, securing the hard-earned first championship for the Nuggets. But here's the kicker. Right after the game, instead of indulging in the revelry, all he wanted to do was head home. In a courtside interview, confetti still cascading around him, a reporter asked Jokic how it feels to be an NBA champion. And you know what he said? Well, with a nonchalant grin, he calmly replied,
It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
Oh, the audacity. This man is a true master at separating his work life from his private life. He's like that coworker who switches off their phone the minute they step out of the office for the weekend, blissfully ignoring those relentless email notifications until Monday morning. Now today, we're about to uncover the enigma that is Nikola Jokic, peeling back the layers of his captivating MVP lifestyle. From his unique mindset to his love for horses, get ready to witness the life of an NBA champion who knows how to navigate the fine line between work and play. But before we dive into his incredible story, let me give you a quick rundown on his background. Born in Serbia back in '95, Jokic didn't have the luxurious upbringing you might expect of an NBA superstar. No. He grew up in a cramped 2-bedroom apartment alongside his parents, grandmother, and 2 towering brothers. Now, his brothers are a whole decade older than him and just as tall as the man himself. Talk about a tough environment to grow up in. But let me tell you, those challenging circumstances didn't break young Jokic. If anything, they molded him into the player he is today. You see, his older brothers played a pivotal role in toughening him up, preparing him for the battles he would face on the court. Both of his older brothers were into basketball, with one of them even playing at the college level in the United States. They played a vital role in shaping Nikola's game, helping him refine his skills, and most importantly, helping him shed that husky stage he went through as a kid. Take a look at this snapshot of young Jokic. It's hard to believe that the same kid in this picture is now dominating the NBA, the world's premier basketball league. But you know what they say, you can't escape your past. Despite rumors swirling around that he used to consume a whopping 3 liters of Coca-Cola every day, even as recently as 2014 when he entered the NBA, he's managed to keep himself in incredible shape. Draft day. Now, usually, getting drafted is a glamorous affair, right? Well, not for Jokic. Believe it or not, when it was announced that the Nuggets had selected him with the 41st pick in the 2nd round, ESPN didn't even bother to cut away from a Taco Bell quesarito advertisement. I mean, seriously, this man has become arguably the greatest player in Denver Nuggets history. And hey, I know some might find that controversial, but when you lead your team to an NBA championship, it's hard to argue against it. It's a sad truth that foreign players have often been overlooked and poorly received by fans during the draft. But let me tell you, in the past decade, we've seen a surge of players from all over the world entering the league and straight up killing it. It's about time we give credit where credit is due. Now, let this sink in for a moment. Nikola Jokic, who is quite possibly the most elegant, clumsy, out of control player the NBA has ever seen, was drafted during a freaking commercial break. And guess what? He just led the Nuggets to their first ever NBA title. Endorsements. Now, let's switch gears for a moment and talk endorsements. This man is swimming in big-time deals. He's got a multi-million-dollar shoe deal with none other than Nike. On top of that, he's endorsed by Western Union, Converse, and Panini. The man is making moves both on and off the court. Now, we all know Jokic has a laid-back vibe and could easily pass for a guy who enjoys a casual dinner at Chili's on a Saturday night. But don't let that fool you, because this man is wise when it comes to managing his money. He's all about making those investments work for him. One of Jokic's smart investment moves involves owning a number of properties in Serbia. He's not just focused on his own financial gains, though. Jokic has expressed a strong desire to invest in the development of basketball courts and facilities in Serbia. Now, let's get to the big question that's on everyone's mind. How much is Nikola Jokic worth? Net worth. Let's talk numbers. Jokic's annual salary alone is a jaw-dropping $30 million per season. And that's not all. We need to factor in his numerous sponsorship deals with multiple brands. Last year, Jokic's estimated worth stood at around $30.5 million, including those sponsorship deals. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Jokic recently signed a 5-year contract extension that is set to earn him $264 million over its entire duration. Yes, when this second contract comes to an end, Nikola Jokic would have pocketed nearly $500 million from the Denver Nuggets alone. And let's not forget that winning the NBA championship has got to make Jokic feel like he's paying back all of that money he receives from the franchise. It's an incredible accomplishment that adds value to his legacy and financial status. As of 2023, Nikola Jokic's estimated net worth stands at around $50 million. However, winning the NBA championship with the Nuggets is undoubtedly going to skyrocket his net worth in 2024 and beyond. The value of his brand and marketability will reach new heights, bringing in even more lucrative opportunities. Now, for the longest time, Jokic resided in a modest 3-bedroom apartment in Denver with his mother and girlfriend. But recently, he's upgraded his digs. Rumor has it, he's now settled into a magnificent mansion in the classy Cherry Hills Village. Trust me, this place is next level. The mansion is worth a whopping $2.6 million and exudes elegance and luxury. Jokic's new home is a testament to his success and the finer things in life. But Jokic has big plans for the future. After his playing career, he intends to return to Serbia, and he's already got his eyes on a spectacular property. I'm talking a custom courtside Serbian mansion that screams opulence. This place is a true gem, resembling a fortress with its sheer size. In fact, it spans 2 parallel streets. Jokic values his privacy, so he's taking measures to ensure it by erecting a large concrete fence around the property. No snooping around in his personal space. Now let's talk cars, my friends. Jokic has a serious love for sleek rides. His impressive garage boasts a black GMC Yukon Denali SUV, which he purchased back in 2017. This is a beast of a car, equipped with a robust 6.2-liter V8 engine, pumping out an impressive 420 horsepower. That's some serious power under the hood. But that's just the beginning. He takes it up a notch with his custom Porsche Mansouri Panamera 4S, complete with a Joker license plate. This beauty is fully customized, with the entire body covered in sleek black carbon fiber. Jokic's car collection doesn't stop there. No. He also owns a magnificent Lamborghini Aventador worth a staggering $420,000. Can you imagine a 7-foot guy fitting into that beauty? And let's not forget about his Mercedes-Benz AMG G63 Brabus, a true statement of opulence and power. Jokic sure knows how to make a statement on the roads. Now, if you thought Jokic's lifestyle was all about extravagance, think again. This man has a big heart and a generous spirit. He's a proud partner of the Lou Birds Light Foundation, named in honor of Lutia, a little girl with a rare genetic condition called Paul Sider-Killian syndrome, PKS. Jokic actively contributes to this foundation and also regularly donates to the Basketball Without Borders Foundation in his home country of Serbia. It's heartwarming to see his commitment to making a difference in the lives of others. Now let's talk about the Joker's love life. Love life. Similar to his approach to other aspects of his life, his love life is simple and private. Jokic is married to Natalia Masic. These two lovebirds tied the knot in October 2020, but their journey started way back in their teenage years. Their love grew even stronger when they welcomed their daughter, Ogniana, in September 2021. And as he embraced fatherhood, he continued to excel on the court, earning back-to-back NBA MVP awards and leading the Nuggets to the playoffs. For Jokic, having the unwavering support of his wife and daughter have been priceless throughout his NBA journey. He attributes their presence to lifting him up and helping him succeed both on and off the court. While they have been living in Denver since 2015, Jokic and Natalia's heart remain tied to their hometown Somber. In May 2022, after Jokic won his second consecutive MVP award, he was presented with the award at a horse stable in Somber. Now, talking about horses, this guy loves horses, guys. When asked about the championship parade and whether he was looking forward to it, you could see his spirits deflate right before our eyes. Jokic's response was a resounding, "No, I need to go home." And there's a good reason behind his eagerness to return home. As I said, Jokic loves horses. And as it turns out, one of his horses was set to race the coming weekend. Even amidst the excitement of winning the NBA championship, Jokic's thoughts are with his beloved horses. Jokic has made it clear that once his NBA playing days are over, he and his family will be heading back to Somber, Serbia for good. In an interview with Bleacher Report, he expressed his deep connection to his hometown, saying, "After my career is over, I'm gonna go back there. It's super slow, not too much going on. You have everything. You have a canal, nature. You can get peace of mind outside the city. I just like to be someplace where I know how to drive a car without navigation. You know, no place like home." It's truly remarkable to see how Jokic's heart is not only filled with love for basketball, but also for his horses and the tranquility of his hometown.